Hey everybody, my favorite time of the year is back. College football. Everybody, welcome back to Barbecue Rack. We're on today's episode, man. We're doing something totally different, and I gotta tell you, I am so excited. Let me tell you what we got going on. We are now in the football season, and we love us some college football just like everybody else. We have just started a 16-week college football tailgate extravaganza. So every weekend we're going to be putting out a video that's going to be college tailgate football food. And week number 1 was hot dogs. We did 3 different kind of hot dogs. These hot dogs are just unbelievably off the chain. They're that good. But anyway, one of them was a West Virginia hot dog. Now you know when you do a West Virginia hot dog, you got to have chili, slaw, and onions. So what I'm doing on this episode is I'm going to show you how to make homemade chili and homemade slaw. This is my recipe and it is delicious, trust me. So when you get this down, which only take you 1 or 2 times to do it, you'll no longer have to go to the store and buy that stuff out of a can or a little plastic container or go over to the deli or whatever and get your stuff. You won't need to do that anymore. You'll just be able to fix it yourself and it's going to be banging. So let's go ahead and get this going. Y'all ready? I know I am. Giddy up. So hey, let's go ahead and get this started. So what you want to use ground beef. Okay, now for this episode, I'm using 2 pounds of ground beef. Normally I just use 1 pound. Okay, so down in the description, I will give you the amounts of everything that we use for this episode. If you're going to use just 1 pound of ground beef, then cut all of that in half. Okay, so I tell you what, let's go ahead and get this going. So let's go ahead and add our beef. So we got 2 pounds in there. All right, now that we have our beef added in there, let's go ahead and we're going to cook this for it's going to take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. And after it cooks, there will be quite a bit of grease in there, and you're going to want to drain that grease. And then we'll go ahead and move on to process number 2. Now that we have everything drained, go ahead and give it a whirl about, and let's go ahead and add some stuff to this. So you're going to start with your wet. Alright, we've got 2 cups of beef broth, so you only add half of it. Alright, that's pretty good there. Okay, now in this we've got a ton of ingredients in here. Alright, but go ahead and just throw it in there. I'll put the link down in the description. Alright, so you just want to stir this all about. There's black pepper in here, oregano, salt, onion powder, chili powder, cumin, paprika, garlic powder, and minced onion. Minced onion, man, it just does something to this. I'm not sure what it does, but man, minced onion is good, and so is onion powder. So all you want to do, you just want to cook this for a few minutes. Actually, you want to bring it to a boil and then simmer it. And then in a few minutes, then we will add the rest of our beef broth to this. Alright, we have reduced the heat. This is boiled for about 5 minutes. The flavors in there have really concentrated. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to want to add the rest of the beef broth in there. There's also 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce in here also. So we add that. Alright, now here's some things we got going on in here as well. We have a cup of pizza sauce. Now we have a cup and a half of tomato sauce. So now with all that liquid in there, we're going to simmer this for about 10 minutes or so, probably a little bit longer than 10 minutes. And then once it's done, taste it, okay? And if you think it's not sweet enough, throw a little sweetness in it, If you want a little bit more chili powder taste or some cumin, whatever. I can see now, I really like minced onion. So I can see now there's not enough minced onion in this for me. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit more in there. But like I say, we'll let this cook down. It's going to take probably at least 10 minutes. Then we'll check back on you. Alright, so we're pretty much at the end of this. If you wanted to like cook a little bit more liquid off, you could. Me, this is fine. I don't like mine like really like not liquidy. So to me, this is perfect. Now let me give you a hint with chili and slaw. The longer it sets, the better it gets, okay? So if you've got the time to make it out 2 or 3 days ahead, put it in the refrigerator, it will be banging when you get it out and put it on your hot dog. Alright, so the only thing left to do is to give this a shot. Alright, so that pretty well wraps up how you make my hot dog chili. So let's go ahead and go in for a bite. This is dangerous, man, because this just came off the stovetop. Yeah. Hey, listen, this is good stuff. You'll really enjoy it. I ended up adding a couple more things to it. I did throw a little bit more brown sugar. I think I threw some chili powder in it and some onion powder. This really turned out well. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and tuck this in. Let's go ahead and move on to cabbage, all right? So let's go ahead and make around on this slaw, all right? Now, to make slaw, you gotta have some cabbage. You got a head of cabbage. A couple other things you're gonna need. You're gonna need a grater, okay? Now listen, don't skimp when you buy a grater. If you've got to spend $5 or $6 more for a good one, get a good one, okay? Then you're going to need a knife. You need to cut this rascal in half. All right, now listen, a couple things with cabbage. The outside leaves, you may take them off, you may not. I generally take them off, okay? And that's pretty much that. You're going to want to take a knife and cut this right down the center. It's going to make it much easier, okay? So, now, let me explain this to you. Cabbage has a core. It's right here. You can cut it out if you would like to. This side has one as well. I kind of off-centered it just a little bit. But anyway, the core is bitter. If you want to grate that, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine. Generally, I do, and then just fix it with adding sugar to it. All right, now, cabbage is a little bit hard to cut. I've got a really good knife here. This is a Cutco knife, and I got this from Carly Midkiff. So if anybody has any interest in getting a good Cutco knife, hit Carly Midkiff up on Facebook. All you do, you just do that on this one side, acting like a little mandolin, and you just do this head, then you do the other head, and then we'll move on from there. All right, through the power of editing, we're back. All right, so there's one head of cabbage here, apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna guess about 2 tablespoons, okay? You put in it as much as you want. If you want a little bit more tang, add it. We have salt. What I do is I eye it out. Don't do too much salt and just put just a light dusting over the entire thing, and that's pretty good. Pepper. I really like pepper, however, so I put quite a bit of pepper in it. Oh yeah, there you go. That's gonna wake somebody up, some nostrils. Mayonnaise. Now, I'll figure out how much I put in this, and I'll put it down in the description. Now let me talk to you about mayonnaise though. Alright, you may notice we're not putting any liquids in this whatsoever except mayonnaise and apple cider vinegar. The reason is because cabbage is full of water. When we mix this up, all that water is going to come out. So you just get the mixing really well. And the last thing is a boatload of sugar. And yes, I mean boatload. If you want your slaw creamier, do more mayonnaise. Less creamier, do less mayonnaise. And I think that constitutes boatload. Now at the start, this will be hard to mix. But honestly, in about 30 seconds, which is about what I've been mixing, this liquid starts coming out and it becomes much easier to mix. Much easier. This is working out very well. And it's getting creamy. Now, I usually like to get mine a little creamy, fix it that way. And like I say, the reason is because the longer this sits, the wetter it gets. So I think I'm going to call this done. All right, everybody, that was pretty much it. That's pretty much it for slaw. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and take a taste test here. See how it turned out. Yeah. This is going to mesh really well with the hot dog chili. So I really like that. I may put a tad more apple cider vinegar in it. I kind of like apple cider vinegar. So anyway, it's very simple. As you can see, the hot dog chili was very simple too. I'll put the link down in both the descriptions. I cannot begin to tell you how excited we are about football season here. Hey, listen, I want to thank y'all so much for subscribing and clicking the bell. That's how the channel grows. When you come and you watch videos and you like what you see and you want more, you hit the subscribe and then you click the bell, and then the bell will notify you whenever we put up some more videos. So that's how that works. Thank y'all for doing that. And remember, we're also on different types of social media now. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Now listen, let me tell you a little something about TikTok. We're going to hit TikTok hard. Alright, we're going to be putting stuff out almost every single day on TikTok. So be sure to hit us up on TikTok, see what we got going on there. We're going to put a vast array of things on TikTok. And let me invite you to go back and check out one of our earlier episodes from season 1. A real good one is the Nashville hot chicken sandwich. That was phenomenal. So anyway, thank you for all you do. Let's get on out of here. Giddy up.